Nikolai. Hey! Willie Smith has homered. He's taken on. Holy cow! Cubs win.
There's a swing and a drive. That ball carrying. Tie game.
Well, the weather forecast for this opening day baseball game were fairly ominous, but as it turns out, puffy white clouds, a patch of blue here and there. The grass is green at Wrigley Field and the wind is blowing out. All in all, an absolutely perfect day for opening day here on the north side of Chicago as the Cubs and Brewers get set to begin the 100th year of competition here at Wrigley Field. And a pleasant good afternoon. Dan Roan here just outside third base at Wrigley Field. It's great to have you along for Next Year Is Here and for opening day baseball as the Brewers and Cubs hook up in just a second. We've got a busy half hour planned for you. Visit with the owner, Tom Ricketts, is on deck. Also, a couple of players making their Wrigley Field debuts today. We'll speak to them as well. That and much more when we continue from the north side on opening day here on WGN.
Next Year Is Here is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. From shutouts to walk-offs, we've been celebrating the greatest moments in Major League Baseball for over 30 years. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds. Ford. Go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Fifth Third Bank. Creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank, member FDIC. And by Xfinity, only from Comcast, your home for the most live sports.
Get more priceless moments, more adventures, more lovable animals. Get more. Bucketheads, British Biting It, Kangaroo Confrontation, Baby Blubber, Freak Accidents, Ostrich Races, Mascot Mayhem, Local Violence, Hydroplaning, Hammock Havoc, Airborne Animals, Athletic Accidents, Goofy Golf, and Kitten Chaos. Get more of what you love. 3 full hours of America's Funniest Home Videos starts tonight at 7 on WGN America.
Humans. We are beautifully imperfect creatures living in an imperfect world. That's why Liberty Mutual Insurance has your back, offering exclusive products like optional better car replacement, where if your car is totaled, we give you the money to buy one a model year newer. Call 1-800-4LIBERTY and ask an insurance expert about all our benefits today. Like our 24/7 support and service. Because at Liberty Mutual Insurance, we believe our customers do their best out there in the world. So we do everything we can to be there for them when they need us. Plus, you could save hundreds when you switch, up to $423. Call 1-800-4LIBERTY today. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Before COPD, I took my son fishing every year. We had a great spot. Not easy to find, but worth it. But with COPD making it hard to breathe, I thought those days might be over. So my doctor prescribed Symbicort. It helped significantly improve my lung function starting within 5 minutes. Symbicort doesn't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. With Symbicort, today I'm breathing better, and that means fish on. Symbicort is for COPD, including chronic bronchitis and emphysema. It should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort may increase your risk of lung infections, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. With COPD, I thought I'd miss our family tradition. Now Symbicort significantly improves my lung function starting within 5 minutes, and that makes a difference in my breathing. Today, we're ready for whatever swims our way. Ask your doctor about Symbicort. I got my first prescription free. Call or click to learn more.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Bright sunshine this afternoon on the north side of Chicago for opening day at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and Brewers set to do battle a bit later this afternoon. The pitching matchup for today, a couple of right-handers for Milwaukee, Marco Estrada with no record so far. And for the Cubs, making his debut here at Wrigley Field, Edwin Jackson, who suffered the loss in a game in Pittsburgh but pitched fairly well and is certainly looking forward to pitching at Wrigley Field. We had a chance to visit with Edwin a little bit ago.
It's a great feeling right now. I mean, you walk outside and you see the fan support just showed up for the event, and it's amazing. Anytime you can get that kind of fan support, it definitely makes you look forward to getting ready to have a good season. Dale's he's been cool so far. He's a man of few words, you know, but he knows the game. He's very intellectual, but I mean, he's a straight shooter. That's all you can ask for in a manager, someone that's going to keep it honest with you, and as a player, that's all you can ask for. Man, I go into it, as long as you do what you have to do, then you don't really worry about the elements. I mean, all field has advantages and disadvantages, but you can't really worry about that when you're out there on the field. You just have to do what you do and trust in your stuff and trust that guys behind you can make plays and go out and have fun. My job is to go out and you know, battle. You might not have your best stuff every game, but as long as your team know that you're not going to give in, that you're going to go out there and you're going to give it all you have for as long as you can, and hope for the best. That's all you can do for it. But I've never been a person, you know, I may bend, but I won't break. You know, you just go out there and you fight for your team.
And Edwin Jackson is not the only person making his Wrigley Field debut today. We say hello to Jim Deshaies up in the broadcast booth, who will partner with Len Casper all season long on Cub telecast. JD, welcome. Great to have you along.
Thank you, Dan. Good to be here. Very excited for opening day at Wrigley.
I'm sure you are. Let's talk a bit about Edwin Jackson, who had the start in Pittsburgh. Did not get the victory, but actually pitched pretty well out there, didn't he?
Yeah, boy, he got off to a great start. He struck out the side in the first inning. Looked like he was going to pitch a shutout the way he got started. It kind of hit a little bit of a bump in the road through the middle innings and managed to go just the 5 innings because the pitch count got to be a bit of an issue. But Cub fans are going to like this guy. He's a very good competitor. You heard in his comments talking about, you know, just attacking hitters, not worrying about the elements. He will be challenged in that respect today because the wind is howling out of here. It's much nicer to be up here in the booth in Wrigley Field when the wind's blowing like it is today than it is down there on that bullpen mound.
You know, I spoke to Jed Hoyer, the general manager, a bit earlier, and we talked about the breeze and the fact that it might be a good thing in terms of the Cubs hitters who've struggled some in the early going in the first week here. Maybe getting a ball blown up into the seats and scoring a few runs might get their confidence up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, you know, relatively speaking, it's a warm day. The wind's blowing out. It's a very hitter-friendly environment. They started the year in Pittsburgh, and it was frigid up there. Very difficult to hit in that ballpark in those conditions. So now it sets up as a hitter's day. And Marco Estrada, the pitcher for the Brewers, is a fly ball guy. So this could be a good day for the Cub hitters.
All right, let me ask you one more quick question before we let you go to work. Do you think you and I sound as much alike as everybody seems to?
I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I guess I got a feeling if I need one.
All right. Yeah, you do. Anytime. Hey, have a great time up there today with Len. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, Jim Deshaies will be calling it with Len Casper this afternoon on WGN. The Brewers and the Cubs on opening day. We'll come back with more from Wrigley Field in just a moment.
Rita's suitcase got lost a few months back.
Hi, I got a call today that you guys found my suitcase.
We don't have it.
You don't even know my name. Are you wearing my sweater?
Good thing she hasn't noticed his pants. Gain Fireworks boosts the amazing scent for up to 12 weeks.
Attention, parents of boys who took Risperdal.
Risperdal has been linked to gynecomastia, a medical condition in which boys develop female breasts. If your son took Risperdal and suffers from gynecomastia, call Meyer Blair now.
Listen, your son's gynecomastia may have been preventable. Do something about it. Call me right now. Your family's financial compensation may be substantial.
Call 1-800-912-2929. That's 1-800-912-2929.
Blue e-cigs. Blue lets me enjoy smoking without it affecting the people around me. Because it's vapor, not tobacco smoke. That means no ash. And best of all, no offensive odor. We're all adults here. It's time to take our freedom back.
My husband and I are trying to lose weight, so we cut out junk food. only shrank one size. Ugh. He shrank 6 sizes. Oh my gosh. Awkward.
Slim Quick works in 6 ways with your diet to help women lose up to 25 pounds. Lose weight fast.
Slim Quick, weight loss for women.
Now available in extra strength. Try Slim Quick Razor.
There's a lot on your mind.
Love you too.
Family, the mortgage, but term life insurance? Life's unpredictable. At Fidelity Life, we want you to consider your family's future if something were to happen to you. We'll get to know you, then give you our best quote and our competitors. That could mean $250,000 in coverage for just $15 a month.
Hey, honey, do we have life insurance?
Call Fidelity Life at 1-800-260-8700 or visit fidelitylife.com today.
Wednesdays, WGN America is the only place where Wednesdays rule. What? Wednesdays rule. Get it? Watch it. 2 hours of rules of engagement. Wednesdays at 8 on WGN America.
Dale's first class, up and down. He's a great manager. He knows what he's doing out there. He knows the moves that need to be made when they need to be made. And it's very easy to talk to him and play for him, and he has your back all the time.
Well, welcome back to Wrigley Field. We're having a change in the batting order here on the pregame show. We've got Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts joining us from up in the broadcast booth. Tom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can, Dan.
All right, great. Well, I know you've been very busy with the renovation process and trying to get everything moving along. I would imagine today's a bit of a respite for you.
Oh, no, today's the best day of the year, no doubt. Just getting out and like bringing people back in the park and welcoming everybody, watching the neighborhood wake up to a season of baseball. So it's a great day, and we're working hard on a lot of stuff, and we're really committed to moving those things forward, and we're making progress, and we're happy about that too.
Have you spent some time consorting with Tom Skilling? Because I can't imagine a better opening day than today in terms of the weather.
You know, I'll give you my secret. I had my mother light a candle, and she's saved up a lot of points over the years, so she bailed us out today.
With you and your brothers and your sister, I imagine she has saved up a few points over the years.
Yep.
Well, I know the big renovation is down the road a bit, and you guys are working hard on that. Can you tell us and tell Cub fans what they can look forward to that's different this season in the short term?
Well, you know, in this season, you're not going to see a lot of changes. We have a little, some different varieties of food options. We're really focused on the bigger picture right now and what we can do to really give everyone a better experience when they come to the park. And when you see our plans, which hopefully we'll be able to bring out pretty shortly here, you'll see that anything you enjoy at the game now and the charm and everything about Wrigley that makes it so special will be largely the same. But when you get up and you leave your seat, need to go find some food or use a washroom or something, it's going to be a much, much, much better facility for you. So we're really excited about getting that moving forward. And on top of that, the players, as you know, don't have the best setup here. So we're looking at some ways to kind of bring their bring their facilities up to standard.
Yeah, we were reminded of that again this morning when we went in the clubhouse, and it was barely standing room only in there. I know it's rough for them, and everybody's looking forward to what happens with the ballpark down the line. In the meantime, Tom, enjoy the day. We hope you have a great opening day, and go Cubs, huh?
All right, thanks a lot, Dan. Talk to you soon.
All right, Tom Ricketts joining us from up top, and we'll come back with more here from the ballpark in just a moment.
Hi. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
It'll be just a few minutes.
Okay.
Did your dental insurance change when Larry retired?
Ooh, yeah, it did. Let me find our new card.
If you're without dental insurance or it's time to look for something new, give us a call. Physicians Mutual Insurance Company has the affordable coverage you need. This isn't one of those dental discount programs. This is real insurance that helps pay for everything from routine checkups to major dental procedures. For less than $1 a day, we pay for over 300 covered services, including cleanings, fillings, crowns, root canals, and even dentures. Cash benefits are paid directly to you, and you don't have to pay a deductible. Plus, you're free to go to any dentist you choose without the hassle of a network. Want to find out more? Just call this number or go online for all the details. Call today before your next appointment.
Help!
If an emergency happened right now, you can have help at the push of a button with Medical Alert.
Remember when I took that fall, Mary?
Oh, yes, that was terrible.
Yes, it was. Help! And I thought, what if you hadn't been there? I ordered my Medical Alert the next day.
I can't describe how safe I feel now with my Medical Alert. You didn't know I was wearing it, did you?
Medical Alert is easy to install, waterproof, and covers you inside your home and out.
It helps me feel safe from fires, break-ins.
And of course, a Medical Alert. And if you don't have a home phone, don't worry. They have that covered.
There's always help at the push of a button. Don't wait till you need it.
Call today for your Medical Alert personal alarm system. Plus, you get this second button free when you order today. And for a limited time, get this emergency lockbox free.
Call 1-800-621-5039 or go to medicalalert.com. That's 1-800-621-5039.
I have back pain.
I have disc problems.
Back pain doesn't have to limit your life. Get the DDS 500 with no out-of-pocket cost to you with Medicare and other major insurance. The only patented back support that provides adjustable traction. The DDS 500 easily adjusts to your comfort level and fits discreetly under clothes.
Call Allied Home Medical at 1-800-230-6099.
We don't want to miss any of this.
Next Year is Here has been brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. From shutouts to walk-offs, we've been celebrating the greatest moments in Major League Baseball for over 30 years. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds. Ford. Go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Fifth Third Bank, creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC. And by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Your home for the most live sports.
Beautiful pictures from Wrigley Field. Sun shining, temperature in the 60s, and the wind blowing out. Should be a great opening day this afternoon here on WGN. You know, Dale Swain, the Cubs manager, has already had to make a tough decision replacing his closer, Carlos Marmol, with Kyuji Fujikawa. Those are the tough calls the manager has to make sometimes. But we talked to Dale a bit earlier this morning, and he was certainly thrilled to be back here and playing in front of the home folks at Wrigley Field.
As rough a season last year, we still only were a couple games under 500 here at home. So we played, pretty good baseball last year, at home for obviously being behind the 8 ball in some areas. But, being home is, the kind of things that happened, what happened to us the other night, two home runs to walk. Those are the things that happen at home, and they don't seem to happen much on the road.
So Dale Swain and the Cubs are set for opening day here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and the Brewers coming your way this afternoon. Pre-game festivities about to begin. Thanks for watching the pregame show, and enjoy the game coming your way today on WGN.
I really needed the cash now, and I was getting regular payments from an insurance company, so I called Peachtree.
And I helped Matt get a lump sum of cash.
Thanks, Jenny.
We're Peachtree people. It's what we do.
Turn your structured settlement or annuity payments into the cash you need now. Call Peachtree.
I didn't want to max out my credit cards or take out a loan, so I called Peachtree.
I told Monique it was her money. I just helped her get it sooner.
And now I'm debt-free, thanks to Jim.
We're Peachtree people. It's what we do.
If you're getting regular payments, don't go into debt. Call Peachtree now to get your money.
I needed money to start a business, but I didn't want to sell all my payments. I knew Peachtree could help.
I got Tom a lump sum of cash, and he still had payments coming in.
Thanks, Kelly.
We're Peachtree people. It's what we do.
If you need money, call Peachtree and turn your settlement into cash.
We're Peachtree people. It's what we do.
Call now for a free quote. Call 800-903-1736.
There's a story behind everyone who suffers from serious back pain.
Each day is a battle for me.
I'm a prisoner to my pain.
If you've had an MRI for chronic back or neck pain and been told you might need surgery to correct it, Laser Spine Institute offers advanced procedures that mean no open back or neck surgery. Our outpatient surgery is minimally invasive with less than a 1-inch incision. We treat chronic spine conditions like bulging and herniated discs, spinal stenosis, sciatica, and more. And our advanced procedures mean patients are up and walking around within a few hours of surgery. Contact Laser Spine Institute today and take a big step forward for your back. Don't wait. Call right now and recover your life, not spend your life in recovery.
Call 1-855-915-STEP for a free initial consultation and MRI review, or visit laserspineinstitute.com. That's 1-855-915-STEP.
Tonight, WGN America's giving you a taste of CW's hit show, The Vampire Diaries.
Go grab some lunch.
The Vampire Diaries, tonight at 11 on WGN America.
It is a gorgeous day here at Wrigley Field. The wind is whipping straight out to center field, and it's the Cubs home opener. And it's the Hyundai leadoff man on WGN Sports. We will have all the opening day festivities coming up here momentarily. But now the leadoff man Hyundai dealers spotlight. Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers who invite you to come test drive the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe. Visit myhyundaichicago.com.
I wasn't exactly a fan of our last carryout deal, but this one is crazy.
The deal is a large 3-topping pizza, carryout only for just $7.99, Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday?
Thursday.
What happened to Monday through Wednesday?
We've just taken a great deal and we've made it better.
I'm gonna need some help.
Hey, here to help.
Hi, welcome to Domino's.
You know, whatever it takes. Thank you for calling Domino's. This is Patrick. Here you go. Enjoy your day.
The new carryout special every Monday through Thursday, only at Domino's.
Only Degree Antiperspirant has motion sense, activated by your movement. The more you move, the more it protects. Do more. Degree, it won't let you down.
Show it off, America. Show off that alternator you replaced. Show off the battery, the brake job, the rebuilt 454. You did it. There are a lot of places you can go to do it yourself, but there's only one place that can help you do it right. AutoZone. Because even the pros know parts are just part of what we do. We have the advice, the instructions, we even loan tools. So show it off, America. You did it right. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This is George. The day building a playset begins with a surprise twinge of back pain and a choice.
Take up to 4 Advil in a day, or 2 Aleve for all-day relief.
That's handy.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata at myhyundaichicago.com.
Well, it feels like July 1st, wind blowing out, and pretty warm temperatures here for early April. Along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. And the good thing about the home opener, JD, Cubs got swept in Atlanta, but they're not worried about that. That's in the rearview mirror now, and they're here now for a nice week and a half.
A chance to turn the page after some pretty frigid weather in Pittsburgh and then a tough weekend in Atlanta. They get to come home. It was raining this morning, but the sun comes out. The wind's blowing out. Should be a good day for the hitters. It should be a lot of fun for the fans here at Wrigley Field.
And the Brewers come in limping. They are banged up, and they've lost 5 in a row. And we'll talk about today's starting pitchers when we come back to beautiful Wrigley Field.
What do you think?
That's great.
It won't take long, will it?
No.
Okay.
This won't take long, will it?
No, not at all. How many of these can we do on our budget? More than you think.
Didn't take very long, did it?
This spring, dig in and save.
It's nice. Post it.
Already did.
More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Dig in and save with Miracle Grow Potting Mix, a special buy at 2 bags for just $10.
Go Olive Garden's new buy one, take one. Go for dinner tonight and take home a second entree for later. All for just $12.95. Choose one of 5 favorites like smoked mozzarella chicken. Then choose another favorite to take home, like new mezzaluna ravioli. So go for the food, go for the company, go for the breadsticks. Go for dinner tonight and take home a second entree. New buy one, take one, just $12.95. Go Olive Garden.
Mr. Ricky, what's this about?
It's about changing history, Jackie. Something that will demand guts and conviction.
When you step out on that field, you're changing the world.
Give me a number on my back, and I'll give you the guts.
42, The Jackie Robinson Story. Rated PG-13. In theaters Friday.
You know my heart burns for you.
I'm up next, but now I'm singing the heartburn blues.
Hold on, Prilosec isn't for fast relief. Cue up Alka-Seltzer. It stops heartburn fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Only Degree Antiperspirant has motion sense, activated by your movement. The more you move, the more it protects. Do more. Degree, it won't let you down.
Leadoff Man, brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata at myhyundaichicago.com.
Starting pitchers for this afternoon. Marco Estrada, fly ball pitcher, and you see 8 strikeouts his last time out, but he also gave up 9 hits in his season debut. And Edwin Jackson in his Cup debut, not bad, 5 innings, 2 runs, but suffered the loss in Pittsburgh. Estrada and Jackson will have the lineups, opening day festivities, and a bunch of Hall of Famers on hand.
This engine's got some juice. How far do you want to take it?
Up to you. Chevy Cruise's 6-speed transmission allows for lower shift points, offering an EPA-estimated 36 mpg highway.
Okay, then. What a test drive.
Yeah, it's really more of a road trip at this point.
Yeah.
Chevy MPG Ingenuity. Now get this great sign and drive lease on a 2013 Chevy Cruze LS for around $199 a month.
Aha! Someone read my post about that new bakery place, right?
No, it is a grilled chicken on flatbread from Wendy's.
Wendy's? Oh, wow. Yeah, hold it up.
Show me a little more chicken, a little less face.
Oh.
So have to tweet it.
Or we could eat it.
Introducing flatbread grilled chicken from Wendy's. Warm grilled chicken on toasted flatbread and 2 bold new tastes. Food worth talking about from Wendy's.
Now that's better.
And we're open late.
This is Kevin. To prove to you that Aleve is the better choice for him, he's agreed to give it up.
It's today?
We'll be with him all day as he goes back to taking Tylenol.
That was okay, but after lunch, my knee started to hurt again, and now I gotta take more pills. Yeah? Another pill stop. Can I get my Aleve back yet? For my pain, I want my Aleve.
Look for the Easy Open Red Arthritis Cap.
Go Olive Garden's new buy one, take one. Go for dinner tonight and take home a second entree for later. All for just $12.95. Choose one of 5 favorites like smoked mozzarella chicken. Then choose another favorite to take home, like new mezzaluna ravioli. So go for the food, go for the company, go for the breadsticks. Go for dinner tonight and take home a second entree. New buy one, take one, just $12.95. Go Olive Garden.
Mondays can be tough, but it's the best day of the week on WGN America with America's funniest home videos. Starting at 7 on WGN America. Following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
Chicago. The Cubs open up this ballpark for the 98th time. It's actually the 100th opener in the history of this ballpark. Brewers and Cubs here on WGN Sports, and we welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. Great to have you with us, along with Jim DeShays, Len Casper, and our WGN Sports crew. The sun has come out. We got a ton of rain earlier this morning, but we should be in great shape. The wind has been blowing straight out today. Might be an offensive afternoon. And it's good to see some blue skies above, huh?
Well, if you are a believer in symbolism, right? You wake up this morning, the rain is beating down on the windows, and you come here and it's kind of soupy and misty, and boom, the sun comes out and we're ready to play ball.
Now down to Andy Bellison, the Cubs public address announcer.
13 Chicago Cubs. Please welcome manager number 4, Dale Swain. And the 2013 Cubs coaching staff. Third base coach number 3, David Bell. Bench coach number 8, Jamie Quirk. Number 25, the pitching coach, Chris Bosio. In the pen, bullpen coach number 35, Lester Strode. Hitting coach number 38, James Rousen. First base coach number 39, Dave McKay. Assistant hitting coach number 45, Rob Deere. Staff assistant number 58, Mike Borzello. Staff assistant number 64, Franklin Font. And in the pen, bullpen catcher number 95, Andy Lane. Please welcome assistant athletic trainer, Matt Johnson. Assistant trainer, Ed Halber. Athletic trainer, PJ Mainville. Team physical therapist, Ryan Mertz. Strength and conditioning coordinator, Tim Buss. Team physician, Stephen Adams. Team orthopedist, Stephen Grislow. And the home clubhouse manager, Tom Hellman. Assistant home clubhouse manager, Gary Stark. And now today's non-starters for your Chicago Cubs. Number 6, Alberto Gonzalez. Number 11, Kyuji Fujikawa. Number 15, Darwin Barney. Number 17, Dave Suppelt. Number 20, Brent Lillibridge. Number 21, Scott Hairston. Number 22, Matt Garza. Number 24, Luis Valbuena. Number 28, Michael Bowden. Number 29, Jeff Samardzija. Number 30, Deanna Navarro. Number 33, Carlos Villanueva. Number 37, Travis Wood. Number 40, James Russell. Number 46, Scott Feldman. Number 47, Hisanori Takahashi. Number 49, Carlos Marmol. Number 51, Steve Clevenger. Number 54, Sean Kemp. And number 56, Hector Rondon. And now the opening day starting lineup for your Chicago Cubs. Leading off, the right fielder, number 9, David DeJesus. Batting second, the shortstop, number 13, Starlin Castro. Hitting third, first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo. Batting cleanup in left field, number 12, Alfonso Soriano. Batting fifth in right field, number 19, Nate Scherholtz. Catching and batting sixth, number 53, Wellington Castillo. Hitting seventh, the third baseman, number 24, Luis Valbuena. Batting eighth, second baseman, Brent Lillibridge. Batting ninth and warming up in the left field bullpen, right-hander number 36, Edwin Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 Chicago Cubs. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise. Kindly remove your caps. Presenting the colors for this afternoon's game, the Marine Air Control Group 48 Color Guard out of the Great Lakes Base. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please remain standing as the Chicago Cubs would like to take a moment to honor the victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary shooting in Connecticut last December. Please join us in a moment of silence as we remember that tragic day. Thank you. At this time, please join students from Chicago's Blaine Elementary School as they honor our country and our flag by leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And now, please join Wayne Messmer, accompanied by Gary Pressey at the Lowry organ, as they honor the United States with God Bless America, followed by our national anthem.
God
Beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. Sweet home, God bless America, my home, sweet Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The great Wayne Messmer. Well, that gets you ready for the Cubs home opener. Great crowd on hand as these two NL Central rivals will renew acquaintances here today. And well, the Brewers are banged up. We know the Cubs have replaced their closer, and it sounds like the Brewers are very close to possibly doing that as well. John Axford has allowed a home run, at least one home run in each of his first 3 games. So the Cubs not the only team having some issues.
Like Marmol, John Axford struggled last year in that role and was replaced for a time. So yeah, there's some uncertainty in the bullpen for the Brewers, and they've got a lot of banged up position players too. And Ron Renicky just trying to find a way to piece things together. They have really struggled out of the gate. 1-5 in their first 6 ball games. Their pitching has really not been able to pick up the slack with all those injured position players on the shelf.
Yeah, we'll talk more about their injuries as we move along today. The Cubs will have their opening day lineup from last Monday, which includes Brent Lillibridge at second base for the injured Darwin Barney, who's currently on the disabled list. And as we mentioned in the open, you just forget about what happened this past week. Cubs very easily could have gone 3-3 on that trip. But there's nothing like being at home and wearing the home pinstripes.
Yeah, just turn the page and put the rough start on the road behind you and get after it here in your home ballpark.
We've got some ceremonial first pitches, couple of Hall of Famers. Billy Williams and Fergie Jenkins.
Fergie's going to load it up a little bit.
So that will take us to break. And when we come back, we'll kick off the home portion of the Cubs 2013 schedule here on WGN Sports.
Get more. More priceless moments. More adventures. More lovable animals. Get more. Bucketheads, British biting it, kangaroo confrontation, baby blubber, freak accidents, ostrich races, mascot mayhem, local violence, hydroplaning, hammock havoc, airborne animals, athletic accidents, goofy golf, and kitten chaos. Get more of what you love. 3 full hours of America's Funniest Home Videos starts tonight at 7 on WGN America.
For over 75 years, people have saved money with Geico. Oh, sorry.
Here we go from the top and action.
For over 75 years, people have saved money with Gecko.
Cut it.
What did I say? Gecko. I said Gecko. Oh. For over 75 years...
Keep it together.
I'm good. For over 70... What are you doing there? Stop making me laugh.
Geico, saving people money for over 75 years.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I suffered with psoriasis for years. Then my doctor recommended Psoriasin.
Psoriasin relieves itching, flaking, redness, returning skin to a healthy appearance. Psoriasin, doctor recommended for complete symptom relief.
Your favorite food's fighting you? Fight back fast with Tums. Calcium-rich Tums starts working so fast you'll forget you had heartburn.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. A reminder from Budweiser, great times are waiting, designated driver. Honda, visit your local Honda dealer or go to shophonda.com for current offers. And by AT&T, find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. Chicago Cubs baseball in beautiful high definition on WGN TV is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. The weather always a factor here on the north side, and look at the wind. I mean, 20 to gusts of 47 miles an hour in west-southwest. JD means straight out to center field. Yeah, hold on to your hats.
Kind of when you're the pitcher and you're on your way to the ballpark and you see those flags blowing out, you start to second guess your career choice.
So it'll be Edwin Jackson pitching in the Cubs home pinstripes here at Wrigley Field for the first time. And before we get going, let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Because a great shot is a hit to the crotch or a ball to the head on AFV. It's always funny when it happens to someone else. AFV every night at 7 on WGN America.
Dale Swaim happy to be back here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs at the extra long spring training with the World Baseball Classic starting on the road with 6 games last week. And let's hear from the Cubs' second-year manager on being back here in the friendly confines.
As rough a season last year, we were a couple games under 500 here at home. So we played, pretty good baseball last year, at home for obviously being behind the 8 ball in some areas. But, being home is you know, the kind of things that happened, you know, what happened to us the other night, two home runs to walk, those are the things that happen at home, and they don't seem to happen much on the road. You know, like I said yesterday, you know, he'll work in games where, you know, we're behind, you know, in the middle of the game to build some confidence back up. And, you know, what he's going to work on is obviously, you know, pitch selection. Sometimes, you know, obviously we know that, you know, we all got to try to get him to throw more fastballs than he did last year, but we also don't want to get fastball happy. He's a slider guy that, you know, gets people out with his slider. You're not going to win many games when you're scoring 2 and 1 runs. You know, we have to step up as an offense and you know, start getting key hits. I think we're, you know, like 4 for 35 or something with men in scoring position. You know, one of those was a 2-run homer. So, you know, we have to start getting key hits, you know, in key situations. That's what, you know, you don't have to be a prolific offense and home runs and all that, but the timely hitting is as important as anything. To, you know, everybody's going to get people on base in the course of the game. It's who drives those guys in, and we got to do a better job of that. There's many different pieces in last year that'll make us more competitive, and you know, I've said it all along. Even though, you know, we're struggling right now swinging the bat, is having 4 to possibly 5 left-handed hitters in the lineup. You know, once that starts clicking, that makes that a lot easier. A lot more quality hitters throughout the lineup. You know, when everybody gets going, you know, a bullpen that throws strikes that we didn't do last year. Obviously, our starting staff is very different. Obviously, you have Samardzija that has, you know, command and power. You have Villanueva that can finesse guys. You know, Travis Wood, you know, can do both things from the left side of the mound. So, you know, we got a lot of diversity there that, you know, but throwing strikes is a huge thing that we're going to be able to do this year that we really struggled with out of the bullpen last year.
And time now for Xfinity Home from Comcast. Today begins the 100th season of professional baseball here at Wrigley Field. It opened in 1914. The Chicago Federals/Whales made Wrigley Field its home, and it wasn't called Wrigley Field at the time, for 2 years before the Cubs started up in 1916 at this ballpark. Xfinity from Comcast gives you a front row seat to all your favorite sports. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. The Cubs getting set to take the field behind Edwin Jackson. We'll try to snap a 3-game losing streak after getting swept in Atlanta. And again, the Brewers winners on opening day, but they've now dropped 5 in a row. And the great Abbott and Costello, who's on first? It's who's not on first for the Brewers. Matt Gamble done for the year. Another knee injury, 2nd straight year. And Corey Hart with another knee surgery, probably not going to be back until May. So they're scrambling right now in their infield.
Probably trying to put a call into Cecil Cooper to see if he's available. Today they will go with Martin Maldonado, who's their backup catcher. He's played very little first base in the big leagues. But that's the nature of things for the Brewers these days. Ryan Braun's missed a few days with neck spasms. He took BP today and gave Ron Renneke the thumbs up, said good to go. But working with a short bench, some banged up guys, and so they should be vulnerable for the Cubs here in this 3-game set.
Let's get the umpires. Hunter Wendelstedt will call balls and strikes. Alan Porter is at first. The crew chief is Jerry Lane at second. And Greg Gibson is over at third. 3 against Milwaukee, 4 against the defending world champion Giants. Off day next Monday, and then the Texas Rangers come in for interleague play. Marichka Aoki off to another good start. Had a big year against the Cubs last year. Carlos Gomez is in center. Mentioned Braun back in their lineup for the first time in a few days. Ricky Weeks hits cleanup. Jonathan Lucroy, their catcher, just killed the Cubs. 20 RBIs last year. Alex Gonzalez back at his natural position, at least for today. Maldonado at first. Yunieski Betancourt over at third. And Marco Estrada hits 9th.
Cubs defensively brought to you by Toyota. Shows an outfield of Soriano, DeJesus, and Sherholtz. And boy, there could be some adventures in that outfield today. Anything in the air is going to be interesting. Valbuena, Castro, Lillibridge, Rizzo third to first, and Wellington Castillo on or behind the plate rather for Edwin Jackson. Toyota brings you the Cubs defense. Let's go places. Edwin Jackson, a loser last time out up against Wandy Rodriguez, who was dealing for the Pirates. He pitched a credible game himself. 92 pitches in 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked a man and struck out 5. He pitched brilliantly against the Brewers last year. He made 2 starts against them. Had a win and a no decision, allowed just 1 run in 15 innings of work. And there's his opponent this afternoon, Marco Estrada.
Keeping the ball in the ballpark will be a challenge all day for every pitcher on the mound. And we'd love to hear from you here. The Wrigley Field home opener. LennonJD@Tribune.com is our email. Don't spam us, though, please.
No, but if you have a restaurant suggestion, Lori's coming to town. We're going to go to dinner this weekend.
I like that.
Feel free to send those along.
Facebook, Twitter as well. Yeah, let us know. And I certainly would love your suggestions on where JD should grab a meal. Get settled in here over the next 11 days.
Yeah, I need some advice. Oh, yeah, you talked about keeping the ball in the ballpark. Obviously, that's an issue on a day like today. And maybe even more important is minimize the base runners. So don't be walking people, because sooner or later on a day like today, someone's going to pop one. But if you give up a couple solo home runs, that's probably not going to beat you today. It's those 3-run home runs that do you in.
Here's Jackson. And the first pitch of the game is a fastball for a strike on Aoki, with a very good rookie year last year. He had a career high 4 hits yesterday on his bobblehead day in Milwaukee.
Always seems to work that way, doesn't it? Guy has a bobblehead day and he has a big day. Aoki's got some power. He had 10 home runs last year, had 37 doubles. He can steal a bag for you. Good outfielder.
Here's a 1-1, a ground ball and a base hit. Lillibridge playing him to pull. The leadoff single for Aoki.
Jackson, primarily a power pitcher, fastball, slider, good hard slider. He does have a cutter, a curveball, and a changeup. This ball has a little sinking action, but Aoki able to get the barrel on it and hit it with some authority. Leadoff knock for Aoki, and as I mentioned, you have to keep an eye on him. He had 30 stolen bases last year.
Another guy who can run, Carlos Gomez. And he also swings the bat, looking for a home run on almost every pitch.
Does not get cheated.
A 3-year extension in spring training covers his first 3 years of free agency through 2016. Kick in the 0-1, swung on and missed, nothing in 2.
A good hard slider from Edwin Jackson. He started the game with 3 consecutive strikeouts in Pittsburgh last week. And this is a big pitch for him. He gets a lot of swings and misses on his slider, among the most in baseball.
Pause before the next pitch. And Sherholtz coming on, and he makes a catch for the out. This is a kind of day these little lazy fly balls should carry on out to the outfielders.
And you know, it's not an easy sky either. You know, kind of overcast, some patches of blue, bright white clouds. Sherholtz, you know, having spent a number of years in San Francisco, certainly accustomed to dealing with wind, but this is a This is a really gusty day here this afternoon. The boos you hear in the background are for Ryan Braun as he strides the home plate.
Neck spasms had to miss the Brewers' entire series against the Diamondbacks. They got swept in that set. The shortstop Gene Segura not in the lineup. Nice play by Rizzo. He's got a bruised quad. Aramis Ramirez on the DL. We mentioned Hart. How about Ramirez and Hart combined for 85 doubles and 57 homers last year. Two guys on the DL, and then this weekend you take away a guy who could have been the MVP last year. He was the year before.
Matt Gamble, who was supposed to be their everyday first baseman, not able to get on the field again for the second consecutive year.
This looks painful. He couldn't even turn his head over the weekend.
Yeah, well, I think he saw the flags blown out here today and said, you know what, I'm feeling a little better. Skip.
Hard hit ground ball. Castro can't get it, and Aoki's going to make the turn and make third easily. We should point out, with the wind blowing out, this is the type of day you don't want to be too adventurous on the base paths. No need to be making outs. You see that looks like that hurt, that swing. He's already grabbing that neck.
Saw Castro there shading a little bit to the pull side. If he's playing routine double play depth, it might be a double play, but the Cubs don't play it that way. Their scouting reports dictate where they position their players, not so much the base out situation. Well, Jackson probably a little frustrated because of the way the wind's blowing out. He's thinking, I got to get some ground balls today. He's gotten 2 ground balls, but they've both gone for base hits.
So it's Ricky Weeks, and he takes a strike. I didn't talk to Ryan Braun today, but just based on his body language after that base hit, I'm guessing he would have rather sat out again today. But with all their injuries and with Segura out again, I'm guessing he just decided I have to play. We've lost 5 in a row. Obviously, the team trainers don't feel that he can further injure that neck by being in the lineup. He did not look comfortable.
Might be one of those deals, right, where Meineke goes to him and says, look, man, 70% of you is better than 100% of plan B. Is there any way you can go for me?
There's Ron Renneke. Sure not getting a lot of sleep these days. Let's see if they can turn it here. They're going to go to the plate. And they get Aoki caught up. And Valbuena will apply the tag for the out.
Similar to the play we had in Atlanta the other day with Anthony Rizzo coming down the third baseline. Only in that instance it was a ground ball to the first base side. The runner on third here, he sees the ball on the ground. He's got to go. He's got to force the Cubs to make this play because of the potential inning-ending double play. I don't know that they would have gotten a double play there with 2 long throws, but he played it the right way. And I think Valbuena did as well, because there's no guarantee you were going to get the double play with 2 long throws around the diamond. And Weeks a speedy guy, so I think everybody played it the right way, and the Cubs got their man.
Runners left at first and second, and it's their catcher Jonathan Lucroy. To a bit of a slow start. And again, he had that big year last year, 350 against the Cubs with 20 RBIs in 12 games.
Kind of a breakout year for Lucroy. He's turned into one of the better offensive catchers in the league.
That's the other thing about their injuries. They have both catchers in the lineup, with Maldonado at first. Blown outside, 1-1. Certainly encourage all the fans here at Wrigley Field to hold on to their hot dog wrappers. You see them flying around in the outfield. It is a little reminiscent of old Candlestick Park. Oh, that one boxed by Castillo. That'll be a passed ball. Well, Jackson pointing at himself, saying that was my fault.
Maybe a cross-up. Man on second base. He might have got mixed up with their signals. Maybe got the bottom of his mitt, I believe.
Jackson stays from the stretch. The breaker in there for strike 2 and 2. Brewers dominated this season series last year, winning 13 of 17 and taking all 5 series against the Cubs.
Lucroy was one of the best in the National League last year with runners in scoring position. Got a base open. He does not have to give in here.
That actually hit Alex Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. Maybe the back of the right leg on that check swing by Lucroy.
Looking at Lucroy to say, come on, man. He's coming off surgery himself.
Two-out threat here with Braun at third and Weeks at second.
Imagine there's some extra nerves for Edwin Jackson here today with a new club in the home opener at Wrigley.
That is a foul ball. He is the first Cubs starting pitcher not named Ryan Dempster to start the Wrigley Field opener since 2009. So Dempster started the last 3 home openers.
Pitch count was an issue for Edwin last time out in Pittsburgh, and he's working awfully hard to get through the first here this afternoon.
Another 2-2. It's high and it's full. But as you mentioned, this still is not a guaranteed fastball count with the base open.
No, yeah, it's, you know, as a pitcher, you hate to take on that, you know, passive or negative approach this early in the ballgame. You want to go after hitters, but you're right, you got a base open, so you don't need to throw a cookie here. Just trying to make a good pitcher's pitch. Going out on the edge. And he did. He made a good pitch. Lucroy able to spoil it.
Two hits in the inning. And a pass ball. Jackson ready. And they are loaded.
I don't have the numbers in front of me. But there's some little part of my brain that remembers such stuff. I want to say that Gonzalez has been really good in these bases loaded situations in his career. Could be all wet on that. There's just some reason that.
We can find that out. No problem. So here he is. Well,
yeah, not so good. All right. Must have been the other Alex Gonzalez.
The former Cub, yeah. Well, actually, his career average is 247, so he's been himself.
He is himself.
With the bases loaded.
Boy, pressure's off now. I thought we had Robin Ventura or somebody coming up here.
It's been an interesting spring for Alex. He spent the first 13 years of his career playing nothing but shortstop. But he's already played first and third this season because of their injuries.
Well, we're talking to Bill Schroeder, who's next door working for the Brewers, and he said it's like fantasy camp. Everybody gets to play a different position every day. Uneski Betancourt's a shortstop. He's playing third today.
Knocked down by Castillo. He actually lost sight of the ball, but he did such a good job chest blocking it that ended up about 5 feet away from him.
This is where Edwin ran into trouble last time out. He just lost command of both his fastball and his breaking ball in that start against the Pirates. He battled through it. He only allowed the 2 runs in 5 innings, but went through a couple innings where he really had a hard time locating. And when you locate, it's not just missing the strike zone, it's mistakes in the strike zone, especially in a situation like this with the bases loaded.
Swing and a miss.
Didn't give in.
He need that one.
Yeah. And Gonzalez did him a favor, but it was a good pitch, a 90-mile-an-hour cut fastball that shows in the strike zone, then breaks down and away. And there's a stigma attached to the bases loaded walk. I tell you what, bases loaded walk is not as bad as a bases loaded jack. Still got a pitch.
Yep. Two-one offering. Now 3-1.
So will Gonzalez be as aggressive cheating on a fastball 3-1 as he was on 2-0? If you're Wellington Castillo, you have to assume not. He took a big swing cheating on that 2-0, didn't get the fastball, so you're thinking, all right, he can't be sitting fastball here. He's not as likely to chase, you'd have to think.
The 3-1, strike 2 called.
Oh, good pitch. The fact that he chased that 2-0 pitch out of the zone kind of bought this for Jackson. Gonzalez had to respect the thought that he might come with a breaking ball, and he wasn't able to pull the trigger on that heater.
Top of the first, game 7 of the season, and they're already on their feet. Runners go on the 3-2. Ball 4 to force in a run.
Who's that behind the plate today, umping?
Hunter Wendelstedt.
He did not read the script. Fans are on their feet wanting to punch out, and he did not comply, and he made the right call. Ball was off the inside edge.
So Gonzalez gets an RBI with the bases loaded walk and brings up Martin Maldonado, catcher playing first base. I know he has his own first baseman's mitt. That might stay fair. And it is. All kinds of trouble. 3 runs are going to score. Maldonado with a double. And it's 4-0. Got to recalibrate our April weather thoughts here, because normally the wind's blowing in and that ball ends up getting pushed out of play into the seats down the right field line, but this ball just stayed fair on a pretty straight line off the bat.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he really squared it up. Hit it well enough, got it up in that breeze, and it carried a good long ways into the right field corner. So big inning here for the Brewers. They put a 4 spot on the board looking for more. That's the bad news. The good news is we got a lot of baseball yet to play, and that wind is going to make it a hitter's day.
And the Cubs have 27 outs to work with too. They will intentionally walk Betancourt, the third baseman, and face the pitcher Estrada. He gets to bat before he pitches. Off the bat, that did not look like a ball that was going to hit the warning track and right.
No, because he went down a little bit, and when the ball's up out of the way and a guy really gets through it and drives through it, you kind of could see that, but that wasn't the nature of that swing. Well, we talked about it in Pittsburgh in the extreme elements, whether it's really cold, really hot, raining, or really windy. Maybe the best tool, we talk about a lot about a player's tools, is his mind. Are you tough-minded enough to deal with the adverse conditions and just keep competing?
I think if you're a starting pitcher on a day like this, it's imperative that you think that way.
And that's Edwin's reputation. He's a guy that's, whether he's pitching a 2-hitter or giving up 6 runs, he's going to continue to battle.
One 1-0 on the pitcher, which he's got to get him now.
Well, the fact that he threw him a slider first pitch makes me think that he's just not trusting his fastball today. Maybe he didn't feel it coming out of the pen, that he had good life on his heater.
Slider strike, 1-1. Just to finish up the thought on Martin Maldonado before he so rudely doubled in 3. I know he has a first baseman's glove because Alex Gonzalez has been using it since spring training.
So you know things are bad, right? When the shortstop is going to the catcher to borrow the first baseman's mitt.
Yeah. So Ramos Ramirez, a former Cub, the deal with a knee injury. A really good year last year in his first year with Milwaukee. Called strike 3 to end the inning. They send 9 to the plate and get 4 runs. The Cubs are coming up.
Research suggests cell health plays a key role throughout our lives. One-A-Day Women's 50 Plus is a complete multivitamin designed for women's health concerns as we age. It has 7 antioxidants to support cell health. One-A-Day 50 Plus.
I wasn't exactly a fan of our last carryout deal, but this one is crazy.
The deal is a large 3-topping pizza, carry-out only for just $7.99, Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday?
Thursday.
What happened to Monday through Wednesday?
We've just taken a great deal and we've made it better.
I'm gonna need some help.
Hey, here to help.
Hi, welcome to Domino's.
You know, whatever it takes. Thank you for calling Domino's. This is Patrick. Here you go. Enjoy your day.
The new carry-out special every Monday through Thursday, only at Domino's.
Let's go. From the crack, off the backboard.
Oh, you're up.
So close.
Now, where were we? Okay, this one's good for 2.
Share what you love with who you love. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
They're great.
After we stay 2 times at a hotel, who wants a free night? Free night!
You ask for free, we give you free. Right now, when you book at these Choice Hotels, take 2 separate trips and you can earn 1 night free. Book now at choicehotels.com.
Time now for the Cubs batting order, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. DeJesus leads it off, doubles in his first at-bats the last 2 days. Castro, Rizzo, Soriano 2 through 4. Nate Scherholtz has had good success at Wrigley Field. That was as a Giant. Wellington Castillo, the catcher. Valbuena, the third baseman. Brent Lillibridge still looking for his first hit. And Jackson, the pitcher, bats 9th.
Well, you got to see the entire Brewer team come to bat in the top half of the first. Now we'll show you where they're playing. Braun, Gomez, Aoki in the outfield. And Betancourt, the shortstop's at third. Gonzalez is a shortstop at short. Weeks at second. Maldonado, the catcher's at first. Lucroy's behind the plate for Marco Estrada. Making his second start of the year Tuesday against the Rockies. 5 innings and a no decision. He allowed 9 hits, 4 runs. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 8. Fastball, curveball, changeup guy. Changeup may be his best pitch. He will work up in the strike zone with a fastball that's a notch below average in terms of major league velocity. But he's one of those guys you got to force down in the zone sometimes. You got to lay off that high fastball, and you really have to respect his off-speed stuff.
Brewers is a staff with a 5.68 ERA. They've given up a ton of home runs. As DeJesus takes a strike. I don't know what the math works out to be when the wind's blowing straight out at least 24 miles an hour, but 4 runs probably feels like 2 maybe on another day.
So.
Gonzalez backpedaling. Look how far out he had to go.
That's informative there too for all the position players in this game. You hit a pop-up, a routine pop-up that you might be tempted to just kind of go 3/4 down the line. You could embarrass yourself because the ball could drop in and you could cost yourself an extra base. So anything in the air today, you got to make sure you bust it out of that batter's box. I went with 15 as the over-under on total runs today.
Might be a little low. I'll take the over. Castro comes in at 240. Had 2 hits yesterday. And takes ball 1 low. Estrada as a starter against the Cubs is 2-0 in his career.
His off-speed stuff impact his fastball greatly. He gets swings and misses at his fastball because of the good slow stuff. Last year he averaged better than a strikeout an inning. He made 23 starts for the Brewers in 2012. A handful of appearances out of the pen. Pitched to a 3.64 ERA.
This is 2-1 offering. It's a strike on the outside corner. That's a pitch. If you can hit that part of the plate, you'll have success today.
We'll see where LaCroix sets up. And Estrada paints that outside edge.
Curve is high.
The Brewers, the outfielders, certainly respecting this wind. Aoki is just a couple of steps in front of the warning track.
Gomez covers a ton of ground in center. 3-2 on the way. He got it. Called strike 3. Painted a couple of fastballs in that at bat. 4 strikes.
And this ball is a perfect pitcher's pitch. Knee high, right on the outside corner.
Hey, Cub fans, make sure you check out Len and JD's baseball blog at WGNTV.com. It's sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 34 years. Join the nation. Contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. We have all kinds of opening day photos. A blog post about Cubs finally being home. Interviews with Jed Hoyer, Theo Epstein, all kinds of good stuff as Ricky Weeks tries to recover and does in time to get Anthony Rizzo, and the Cubs go down in order in the first.
The new Malibus are getting a lot of attention at your Chevy dealer lately for good reason, like Malibu LTZ with Chevrolet MyLink. KBB called it one of the most user-friendly multimedia interfaces on the market. Malibu LT with 10 standard airbags, more than Fusion or Sonata. And Malibu LS offering an EPA estimated 34 mpg highway. The all-new Malibu. Right now, get this great lease on a 2013 Chevy Malibu LS for around $169 a month.
You vote. Go home.
Get 1.9% APR on the all-new 2014 Kia Forte.
When you get heartburn, it's too late for Prilosec. It takes at least 24 hours for full effect. But it's never too late for Zantac. Its fast-release acid blockers relieve heartburn in as little as 30 minutes. No pill works faster. When heartburn strikes, try Zantac.
Next 5 West on WGN America.
Politicians are out in force here at Wrigley Field today. Secretary of State Jesse White, Congressman Mike Quigley, the Mayor Rahm Emanuel, Alderman Tom Tunney from the 44th Ward, and Tony Preckwinkle, Cook County Board President. They must know somebody. They've got good seats today. I feel special because Jesse White was in the booth during Organ Donor Month a few years ago, and I have the sticker on the back of my driver's license, and you need a witness to sign it. He actually signed my driver's license.
You're not going to put that up on eBay or anything?
No, I've got to actually use it to drive. Aoki sends one out into deep left center. De Jesus is going to have to play this one right at the base of the wall. Can't say the ivy just yet. It's the vines out there here in early April. And Aoki has 6 hits over the last 2 days. He's 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, halfway to a cycle single double, and we're just in the top half of the 2nd inning. Fastball out over the heart of the plate, down a little bit. Aoki can handle that pitch, and he does.
Now it's Gomez. Bounces it foul. He has been a very intriguing player for a lot of years. The tools are just off the charts. When you watch him go first to third, it's a thing of beauty. One of the fastest guys in the league. He just glides.
And he's strong too, and he started to show that power last year. It's taken a while for him to develop, but you know, there's a chance he could really take off this year. Brewers are counting on it. Into that long extension, he wouldn't chase the changeup there. Edwin Jackson trying to find his way here in the early going.
Weighted back, fouled off. A lot of sliders from Jackson here early.
And it's been a mixed bag. He's thrown a couple good ones, but a lot of them have been kind of flat. Cement mixer type sliders.
And there was some who scoffed at the Gomez extension. It's because he has been inconsistent offensively. We have all these advanced defensive metrics now, and you watch him play center field. That alone makes him worth something. Then you think about his potential as he drives this ball foul at the plate. And last year started to show some of that. I don't think the contract's that outrageous.
No, he's had a little Castro, right? He's got the reputation of being a little flighty and sometimes not concentrating, and you know, he's very animated when he plays the game, and I think that's cost him some friends around the game. But when you talk to the Brewer people, they say he's a really good guy.
One-two pitch. Well, he's going to move Aoki to third as he bounces out to Lillibridge.
Tomorrow these teams will do it again, but it's the first night game of the year. 7:05 start, and the first 30,000 adults 21 and older will receive an official Cubs magnet schedule. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. Now, I know you yesterday were talking about you're trying to take official out of your vocabulary.
Right.
But you can here. See, this is the official Cubs magnet schedule.
Well, that
feel free.
That fits.
So if you see a magnet schedule somewhere, you can go, hey, is that official?
Well, Ryan Braun.
Even with the wind blowing out and the potential for a big day offensively, Dale Swain has got the infield in here.
Deep to right center. Off the wall. Just missed a home run. Braun on his way to second. He's safe. It's a double. It's 5-0. He didn't even give the wind a chance to help him out there. That was a rocket off the wall in right center.
So much for Braun having issues with the neck spasms, not affecting his approach at the plate today. Trying to go down and away, and this ball right over the heart of the plate, and you make that mistake. To some guys, you get away with it. You make it to Ryan Braun, you're rarely going to get away with it. And I suspect we're going to see some early action in the Cubs bullpen, because Edwin Jackson is really scuffling here this afternoon.
Nobody up yet. Ricky Weeks hit into a fielder's choice and scored a run in the first. Ball one. A very trying year last year. Got off to a really slow start.
Really trying, as in he kept trying, but good things weren't happening for him. Finally got it going a little bit in the second half.
He was at 190 as late as July 24th. Ended up at 230.
He's strong. He's got a quick bat. He's got a pretty good eye. He draws a fair amount of walks. And, you know, he usually gets pretty close to the plate. He gets hit by the pitch a lot. The one thing he doesn't have is you know, we talk so much about high average hitters and guys whose bats stay in the zone a long time. That's not the case with Weeks. You look at his swing path, you know, it's not in the zone a long time, so his timing has to be just so.
His value really needs to come from his offense. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. He has led National League second baseman in errors 5 times. We've talked about that wind a lot, but the Brewers have 5 runs and have not hit it out of the park yet. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Actually a foul tip into the glove. 2 away. And it'll bring up Lucroy.
A little bit better breaking ball here from Edwin. Tight with some good downward tilt. We talked about Weeks drawing a lot of walks, but he punches out a lot too. 169 times he struck out last year.
Ball one on Lucroy as Jackson nears 50 pitches already. We're only in the second. Travis Wood will go tomorrow, coming off a beauty. His best start as a Cub last week. Scott Feldman on Wednesday night. Finish up this series. I was talking with Scott today before batting practice. This is the first time he's ever seen Wrigley Field in person. Shallow right. Lillibridge able to cradle it for the third out. Braun's double brings home Aoki, and it's 5-0 Brewers early.
On Rules of Engagement, there are relationship rules.
Oh my God. What happened?
I was hungry.
I meant to my life.
Romance rules.
They decided to give up the ladies for a bit.
Oh, well, that's bad news for anyone selling pepper spray.
Marriage rules.
Got you flowers.
To get sex.
Could have just given you the $15, but you'd be insulted.
Comedy rules.
Is there smoking allowed in here?
Is someone smoking?
You are.
Rules of Engagement. Wednesdays at 8 on WGN America.
Oh, he's a fighter, all right. Since Affleck is helping with his expenses while he can't work, he can focus on his recovery. He doesn't have to worry so much about his mortgage, groceries, or even gas bills.
Yeah, feel it.
Nice work.
You got it, yes!
Affleck's going to help take care of his expenses. And us, we're going to get him back in fighting shape.
See what's happening behind the scenes at DougTherapy.com.
Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Phillips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against these digestive issues with 3 strains of good bacteria. Live the regular life. Phillips.
Show it off, America. Show off that belt you replaced. Show off the fuel pump, the oil change, the upgrade.
You did it. There are a lot of places you can go to do it yourself, but there's only one place that can help you do it right. AutoZone. Because even the pros know parts are just part of what we do. We have the advice, the instructions, we even loan tools. So show it off, America. You did it right. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Mondays can be tough, but it's the best day of the week with America's funniest home videos.
Cubs fans, if you want to manage the game along with Dale Swaim, log on to WGNTV.com right now and click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you're watching at home. Well, how cool is that? Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more.
The weather, you just wouldn't believe the change. It was cold and very rainy all morning. Then the sun came out. Let's hope the Cubs can take advantage of the conditions offensively. The Brewers have, scoring 5 times in the first 2 innings as Soriano fouls back. He's talking with his hitting coach, James Rowson. You know, you've never quite figured it out. Even the guys who put up the numbers year in, year out, they're always learning. They're always tweaking. And Soriano, who has had in his career 7,556 plate appearances, including this one, as he singles into left, still trying to remind himself to use all fields. Now, he pulled that ball, but maybe had been a little too pull happy on this opening road trip.
Yeah, well, sometimes I think guys with power get into a little bit of a mindset of I'm going to look for something to jerk, to, you know, big swing of the bat to inflict some big damage for my team, hit a home run with a guy, and there's nothing wrong with doing that on occasion, but you can't forget about that off field, that approach that allows you to stay in that middle of the way, stay through the ball. I mean, he's a pull hitter anyway. He's not going to change his stripes overnight.
Nate Scherholtz takes a strike as a visiting player. Not a ton of at-bats here at Wrigley Field, but 7 for 18 for a .389 lifetime average. His former teammates in San Francisco got their rings over the weekend. They'll be here on Thursday. I would imagine Nate will get his 2012 ring in the next few days. Already has one from 2010. Bounced in front of the plate. 1-1.
Nate off to a good start. He's shown a little power. There are the Wrigley numbers, 7 out of 18 with 3 driven in. I'm not sure it makes sense to be playing as deep as they are in the outfield, especially Aoki and Wright. Because I think anything hit with any authority in that direction is probably going to fly out of the ballpark anyway.
Here's the Cubs Ford upcoming schedule. We're back on WGN tomorrow night. Another night game Wednesday, and then again the Giants come in on Thursday. Ford, go further in any one of Ford's many fuel efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Well, I know Aoki likes to play deep. Maybe feels more comfortable coming in than going back on a ball, but you're thinking as a pitcher, right?
Well, I'm thinking about a little pop-up or a little dying quail that could drop in front of him, and you know, Soriano goes first to third. I mean, I get the idea with the wind blowing out, but again, the ball, if he puts a charging one out there, it's likely to fly out of here.
Two and two. Cubs were able to hit on the field. Both teams were, in fact, and that was an upset. It stopped raining, maybe 9:30 or so, and the great Wrigley Field grounds crew quickly got the cages set up. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's his second punch out.
You got Castro looking at a perfectly placed fastball. in the first inning, and now he beats Shearholz with a changeup. And this is his best pitch. This is a 74-mile-an-hour straight changeup. So he takes a lot off of it. It's about 15 miles an hour off of his fastball. I mean, that ball was up a little bit too, but he has such great action on it. Really sells it with the quick arm. So hitter sees fastball, and it's like he's throwing a styrofoam cup. It just never gets there.
If he threw a styrofoam cup today, it would end up in the bleachers. Might end up in Lake Michigan.
I played summer league once with a guy who claimed he had a backup ball. It's like a fictional character. He said, my ball gets almost to home plate and it stops, backs up a little bit, and then goes.
Oh, I thought you meant an extra ball, a backup ball. No, literally stopped.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, he was a fictional character. He was a goofball.
Start to the year for Wellington. 357 on the trip. Estrada, born in Mexico. Grew up in Southern California, went to Long Beach State.
They've turned out a lot of good players in recent years. Is that where Evan Longoria went to school?
Yeah.
Tulowitzki, maybe?
Yeah, they were teammates, Tulowitzki and Longoria.
That's a great example of what I talked about earlier, how his off-speed stuff influences his fastball. You think, you look at his fastball, you take it in a vacuum, it's 88, 89 miles an hour with hardly any movement. You don't see any sink or great running action on it, so it's pretty straight. But that good changeup causes the hitters to stay back, and they're a little tardy on that 89 quite often.
There it is. It's full 3-2.
Right, so Baseball 101 says you got a 5-run lead, can't afford to walk anybody, you should challenge. But Estrada's stuff and his approach says can't sit fastball necessarily.
Soriano not going. Fly ball, well hit, center field. Gomez back on the track. Gone into the basket. A 2-run homer. And it's 5-2.
Game on. I guarantee if he doesn't have a 5-run lead, he doesn't challenge with that 3-2 fastball. But he challenged, and Castillo was up to the challenge. Had a little run trying to get in on him, but he just did not let it get in. Good extension, big high finish.
It's the 14th home run allowed by Brewers pitching. This is their 7th game. Strike on Valbuena, 1-1. Castillo with his first homer of the season and the 7th of his career.
He was going to have a play.
Oof, look at that. Going into action today. Oh, it's hitting over 330 against the Brewers pitching staff. Ball might stay in for Bettencourt. It does in the bullpen. 2 outs.
Back for its second season is Cubs Authentics, the premier outlet for all MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia. From game-used baseballs, bases, and jerseys to autographed bats and photos, Cubs Authentics has the most exclusive Cubs memorabilia. Visit the Wrigley Field Concourse, the Cubs store across from Wrigley Field, or Cubs.com/authentics for all your Cubs memorabilia needs.
Brent Lillibridge, strike 1. 0 for 11. To get on the board. At Long Beach State, 2005. Longoria, Tulowitzki, Estrada, Cesar Ramos, Jared Hughes, all on that team. Tulowitzki was the 7th overall pick in that draft. Ramos, the 35th pick. Estrada went in the 6th round, the 174th pick.
College World Series, right?
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Back out of play.
Easy breezy for Estrada in the first, not so much here in the second as the Cubs get to him. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second. Something good's going to happen here.
He's run it full with pitcher Jackson on deck. Your over under on total runs? 15.
I'm on 15.
We're almost halfway there. High fly for Ryan Braun. And then almost all the way over into center field makes the catch. Wellington Castillo into the basket in center. 2-run shot. Cubs on the board, trailing by 3.
Tonight, WGN America is giving you a taste of CW's hit show, The Vampire Diaries.
Go grab some lunch.
The Vampire Diaries, tonight at 11 on WGN America.
When you get heartburn, it's too late for Prilosec. It takes at least 24 hours for full effect, but it's never too late for Zantac. Its fast-release acid blockers relieve heartburn in as little as 30 minutes. No pill works faster. When heartburn strikes, try Zantac.
I don't like to golf. I love to golf. Yowza. That's why I eat Belvita at breakfast. It's made with delicious ingredients and carefully baked to release steady energy that lasts. You're golfing now, buddy. All morning long. I got it. For the win. Uno mas. Getting closer. Belvita breakfast biscuits. Steady energy to do what I do all morning long.
Many women may not be absorbing the calcium they take as well as they could because they don't take it with food. Switch to Citracal Maximum Plus D. It's the only calcium supplement that can be taken with or without food. My doctor recommends Citracal Maximum. It's all about absorption.
Cubs baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Len and JD and our WGN Sports crew from Wrigley Field as Wellington Castillo gets Cubs in the run column with a 2-run shot. Trying to figure out, okay, yeah, they got the Tigers uniform. Oh, Kyuji Fujikawa. The Hanshin Tigers wore number 22.
There we go. Yeah, first day in town, and he's got a fan club.
Cubs new closer, Kyuji Fujikawa. Alex Gonzalez fouls off. Let's see if Jackson can get comfortable here. He gave up 4 in the first, 1 in the second.
Yep, he needs a clean one. 1, 2, 3. Get the boys back in the dugout. Swinging the bats again.
Chop to third, right to Valbuena.
More than anything, Edwin just needs to find his release point and get a little bit more consistent with his location, and then good things will happen for him.
Maldonado with the big hit to this point, a bases clearing double in the opening frame. Field looks great here at Wrigley Field. Mentioned the wonderful grounds crew. Another bouncer to third. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Up late, watch something great or just greatly funny. Get your late night laughs with Scrubs. It's Always Sunny in Futurama. Weeknights at midnight on WGN America.
2 quick outs. The Cubs have a new deal with Northwestern. We'll have some more collegiate athletic events here at the ballpark. Northwestern will play Michigan here coming up on April 20th. Three ground balls. That's the inning Jackson needed. We go to the last of the third. Still 5-2 Brewers.
Mondays can be tough, but it's the best day of the week on WGN America because we're helping you laugh. Laugh it out every Monday with America's funniest home videos. Starting at 7 on WGN America.
I wasn't exactly a fan of our last carryout deal, but this one is crazy.
The deal is a large 3-topping pizza, carry-out only for just $7.99, Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday?
Thursday.
What happened to Monday through Wednesday?
We've just taken a great deal and we've made it better.
I'm gonna need some help.
Hey, here to help.
Hi, welcome to Domino's.
You know, whatever it takes. Thank you for calling Domino's. This is Patrick. Here you go. Enjoy your day.
The new carryout special every Monday through Thursday, only at Domino's.
Oh, we up for the Glow Show. Yeah, we down here on the ground. Yeah, we up above low. Yeah, we up in the
Come
ground.
alive
Yeah,
with
we
the
up.
refreshing taste of Lipton iced tea. Feel the taste.
After we stay 2 times at a hotel, who wants a free night?
Free night, free.
You ask for free, we give you free. Right now, when you book at these Choice Hotels, take 2 separate trips and you can earn 1 night free. Book now at choicehotels.com.
Olive Garden's new lunch combinations. Choose from new calzones and sandwiches. Go handmade, go oven baked. Serve with unlimited super salad. So many lunch combinations starting at $6.95 when you go Olive Garden.
Research suggests cell health plays a key role throughout our lives. One A Day Women's 50 Plus is a complete multivitamin designed for women's health concerns as we age. It has 7 antioxidants to support cell health. One A Day 50 Plus.
Cubs, Brewers, Tuesday at 8 East, 5 West on WGN America.
The Chicago Cubs are committed to a new season. Are you? Tickets are available throughout the season, especially for this first homestand against the Brewers, world champion Giants, and Rangers. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. Estrada against his mound opponent Edwin Jackson to start the Cubs' third. Pops it up on the first pitch. He Weeks with the grab. One quick out and David DeJesus will step in, talking about finding cool restaurants you haven't gone to in the past here in Chicago. Well, you can try out some of the eats here at Wrigley Field this season.
Well, I was just leaning out of the booth because I get the smells were wafting up here from down below, and I was checking out what those guys were eating below me.
I like things
kind of barbecue sandwiches.
Yeah. Gluten-free, natural. Uncle Dougie's got some great offerings. Vegetarian hot dog provided by Levy Restaurants. Sheffield dip, new French dip style Italian beef sandwich. That sounds good. We'll have to sample some of the new food here this year.
Thought maybe that was a dance move or something. A little Sheffield dip that Len Casper popularized back in the 90s.
One and one on De Jesus.
That guy's rocking a pretty good beard there.
Oh, what is it? French toast? Pizza?
No, sir.
Oh, well, I was fooled there for a second.
No, but we're going to make that happen. That craze is going to be sweeping the nation. French toast in ballparks.
It's a good thing with a beard like that. You don't even need a napkin.
A little bit of the Carlos Villanueva thing going on with that stash.
H. Raleigh fingers, yeah. Well, we made the rounds this morning. Did a bunch of radio shows, and it was a fun tour. Cub fans were out early this morning getting ready for this one.
They were getting ready. We're in a very festive mood. And why not, you know, in the long history of this ballpark and home openers, in terms of temperature, this has got to be, I don't know, top 10, doesn't it?
One of the better ones. Yeah, we're in the 60s. Strike three. De Jesus didn't think so.
A couple of doubles over the weekend in Atlanta for David, but overall off to a slow start. But he's had some tough luck. He's been rung up on some borderline pitches. Everyone looked like it was down, yeah. You know, and it's really frustrating for a guy with such a discerning eye. He really knows the strike zone. He's the kind of guy, as an umpire, when you ring him up, you probably start to second guess yourself. Well, if he thought it was a ball, maybe I blew that one.
Castro caught looking in the first. And a borderline pitcher too. Like that one. It's about the third one Estrada's gotten against Castro in these first two at bats.
Hunter Wendelstadt's hearing from the Cub dugout right now.
You can hear everything down there. Certain ballparks, it's a little bit farther from dugout to home plate. Inside that time, and it's 2-2 with Rizzo on deck. Full count. Starlin's been patient here. Take a called third in the first. He's worked a 3-2 count this time.
Yeah, he got rung up on that, and it was a great pitch. You know, so there's some pitches you get rung up on. You say, no way, you got to be swinging the bat, not that one.
Deep to right. Aoki back. So is Gomez off the wall. Castro's going to make the turn around second. I hope he hit the bag. Took a very shallow line, but I did think he hit the corner. And it's a triple.
Well, again, Estrada with the lead challenges 3-2. This fastball over the heart of the plate. Castro just misses, knocking it out of here. Off the wall and beyond Gomez. And Castro's issue was, instead of picking up David Bell as third base coach, he just kept looking at the ball out in right center. That's why he took such a funky line into second base.
I think he got it.
Yeah, I think he did too. And would not be surprised to see the Brewers appeal, though, because it looks so wobbly out there, but apparently they're not going to.
Well, he had 12 triples last year, tied for second in the majors. Good smother there by Lucroy.
Situation there where you just got to go ahead and turn and rely on your third base coach. No harm done.
Cubs are a swing away from really getting back into this one. A long way to go. He gets right into the shift. Gonzalez gets him. 2-out triple, no runs. Still 5-2 after 3 from Wrigley.
This engine's got some juice. How far do you want to take it?
Up to you. Chevy Cruiser's 6-speed transmission allows for lower shift points, offering an EPA estimated 36 mpg highway.
Okay, then. What a test drive.
Yeah, it's really more of a road trip at this point.
Yeah.
Chevy MPG Ingenuity. Now get this great sign and drive lease on a 2013 Chevy Cruze LS for around $199 a month.
We are out of here.
Finding you the perfect place. Hotels.com.
Oh, we up for the glow show. Yeah, we down here on the ground. Yeah, we up low. Yeah, we up in the clouds. Yeah, we up.
Come alive with the refreshing taste of Lipton iced tea. Feel the taste.
McCafe your day and sip in some fun. The sweet, tangy swirl of McCafe frozen strawberry lemonade and the refreshingly juicy cherry berry chiller are back, but not for long. More summer chillin' to love.
Oh, he's a fighter, all right. Since Affleck is helping with his expenses while he can't work, he can focus on his recovery. He doesn't have to worry so much about his mortgage, groceries, or even gas bills.
Yeah, feel it. Nice work.
Affleck's going to help take care of his expenses. And us? We're going to get him back in fighting shape.
See what's happening behind the scenes at thugtherapy.com.
Wrigleyville Rooftops has premier seating for up to 200 guests for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual and group tickets are available for all games. For more details, go to WrigleyvilleRooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF.
Very windy day. Wind blowing out, and the Brewers leading 5-2. We start the fourth. Pitcher against pitcher. Estrada took a called third in the opening inning.
After getting ambushed in the first inning and then allowing one more in the second, Jackson has settled in. He's retired 5 in a row. He's got the pitcher leading off this inning, so he can get through the fourth. A chance to hang in there, give his club a chance to win.
Wasn't it Al Davis's line? Just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
Your ERA may go through the roof on a day like this, but just try to give your team a chance. Castro will charge all kinds of time.
A lot of times just outlast the other guy, right? If you're out there, if you're still pitching well, the other club's made the move to the pen, usually in pretty good shape.
Ron Renicky was a little cryptic today in his pregame comments regarding John Axford. Essentially said he needs to have a talk with his closer before deciding on what they're going to do. If the Brewers have a safe spot today, we're not quite sure yet.
So you wonder if that means he's made up his mind, but he didn't want to announce anything until he talked to Axford, or he wanted to find out where Axford was at mentally, whether he felt like he wanted. You know, sometimes it would be very difficult for a player to come out and publicly admit this, but sometimes a guy wants out of that high pressure situation. You know, publicly, you're going to be telling people, yeah, give me the ball, it's my job. But you know, sometimes when you're getting knocked around, the confidence is down. Manager takes you out of that spot. It's not such a bad thing.
We won't see lefty Chris Narveson out of the bullpen. He has a left middle finger issue. See, the Brewers have a 13-man bullpen, so with all their position player injuries, it even puts more pressure on the manager. Try to write out a lineup and make sure you've got a bench of any kind. They had to use Kyle Loesch as a pinch hitter in extras yesterday in a big spot.
Yeah,
3-1.
The game ended with Kyle Loesch as the pinch hitter. An extra inning a game they lost 8-7 to the Diamondbacks. So they had Ryan Braun out on deck, but that was just a decoy. Braun's neck did not allow him to take that at bat. So it was the pitcher Kyle Loesch. I guarantee you, Gallardo's got his spikes on today, ready to pinch hit.
Bunted by Aoki, and he's going to make it. And he's 3 for 3.
Chops this bunt out in front of home plate. Far enough away from Castillo, and it kind of deadens it a little bit. Jackson gets after it in a hurry, but by the time he picks it up, Aoki's just a couple of steps away from first base.
Gomez with a runner on, and Jackson will check on him.
Edwin was born in New Ulm, West Germany. Dad was in the Army. Did a lot of traveling as a kid. He's done a lot of traveling as a major leaguer. Came up with the Dodgers, was one of their top prospects. It's like the Kevin Bacon of baseball, right?
He's played with everybody.
Everybody's got some connection to Edwin Jackson. Dodgers, Rays, Tigers, D-backs, White Sox, Cardinals, Nationals, and now Cubs.
Occupied by Aoki, and the pitch is low, 2-0. Well, you asked about the Wrigley Field openers and what the weather's been like here. Mike Hammernick tweeting the warmest ever opener, 86 degrees back in 1960, and that was April 22nd against the Giants. But 23% of all home openers have been in the 60s.
Wow,
that's higher than we both thought. Deep left, but yanked foul. Thank you, Mike. WGN. 86 degrees on April 27th. Ooh. Where are the sailboats? A little too rough out there today. Up in Muskegon in about 10 minutes. Fair. Right down the line. Through the bullpen. Aoki is going to stop at third. Ed Cedar, the third base coach, pointing at the bag. It's a double for Carlos Gomez.
A run of 6 consecutive outs recorded by Jackson, interrupted by the bunt single by Aoki, and I really think Aoki's presence on first base and his ability to steal bases influenced Jackson really paying a lot of attention, employing the slide step. And you got to be careful when you use that slide step. There's a tendency to rush towards home plate. You don't get on top of the breaking ball, and it'll flatten out on you a little bit. I mean, that's always the rub, right? You got to do your best to give your catcher a shot to throw out a would-be base stealer, but you don't want to sacrifice the quality of the pitches you make to home plate, especially when you're in the meat of the lineup.
And now, as a result of first base being open, Braun will be intentionally walked to get to Ricky Weeks. The Brewers are banged up, but they did lead the league last year in runs and home runs and in slugging.
Ron Renicky, I would imagine he would tell you he just wants to tread water. Just hang in there. Not too far behind in the early going until he gets his guys back, because when healthy, this club will score a ton of runs. Big situation here. I know the wind's blowing out and there's a chance that the Cubs will score a lot of runs today, but they're already down 3 and the bases are juiced.
Weeks has hit the ball hard here early on. According to Fangraphs, his fly ball percentage last year was 38%. His line drive percentage was under 17. This year it's just about reversed, and it's only been a week. He's hitting a lot more line drives than fly balls. Double play ball. 6-4 to 3, and Jackson escapes. So the intentional walk pays off. They stay off the board. It's still 5-2.
So, if you have a flat tyre, dead battery, need a tow or lock your keys in the car, Geico's Emergency Roadside Assistance is there 24/7. Oh dear, I got a flat tyre. Yeah, can you find a take where it's a bit more dramatic on that last line, yeah?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Someone help me! I have a flat tyre! Oh, it's good for me. What do you think?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Switch to Swiffer WetJet, and you'll dump your old mop. But don't worry, he'll find someone else.
Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Sexy lady. Who's that lady?
Used mops can grow bacteria. Swiffer WetJet starts with a clean pad every time, and its antibacterial cleaner kills bacteria mops can spread around. Swiffer gives cleaning a whole new meaning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Treat your guests to an awesome view of Wrigley Field from the Budweiser Bleacher Suite. The Bleacher Suite features a sports bar atmosphere with new TVs, high-top tables, and windows that open to give you the atmosphere of the bleachers in your own private room. The suite can hold up to 100 guests and includes food, drinks, and parking. For more information, visit Cubs.com/suites or call 773-404-4200. Still 5-2. Big double play for Jackson off the bat of Weeks to get out of the top of this inning. As Soriano hooks one foul on the ground.
Oh,
look out, QG. Kick save, and it came right up. It got him on the chin. Oh.
He's good. He's good. Little hacky sack, chest to the chin.
Shifting over there. That ball normally would get through. It's right where Gonzalez was playing. Let's check out this play here. He played it off well. I think it hurt more than he's indicating.
It's tough, man. Tougher than Izzy Mandelbaum. We're missing one of our Tigers. One of those guys left.
Swing and a miss by Scherholtz. You feel like we're getting to the point where if you're a team that doesn't shift, you're missing out.
Yep.
I mean, how many outs have we seen already in basically a week's worth of time, both ways?
Well, and these
ground balls hit right to a guy.
These are the two clubs I noticed last year. They were kind of out in front of the curve a little bit, the Cubs and the Brewers, in terms of the shifting, but it's all over Major League Baseball now. And it used to be just sluggers. Now it's, say, 70% of the guys. And there's always some subtle shifting, maybe a step to pull or a step the other way. Cheat in a little bit for a speedy guy, but now you're seeing more extreme shifts.
Way up in the air.
Running out. And he is.
Yep, and it drops. Now, just watching Aoki, it just seemed like Weeks was kind of begging for some help, and Aoki.
Yeah, he's had his heels was stuck on the warning track the entire game, and he just felt like sooner or later it was going to burn them. The second basemen just aren't used to drifting that far back, and it's a much tougher play when you're running, you know, away from home plate as Weeks was. This ball is in the air a good long while. So if Aoki, even if he's playing deep, relatively deep, he probably comes in again, but he's playing beyond relatively deep. Been a step in front of the warning track all afternoon long. Scherholtz making sure he gets down that line.
It's a double.
Turns it into a double.
Yeah, bloop double. And the guy who hit a 2-run homer his first time up. Ball one.
You can almost sense Weeks running out there going, dude, where are you, man? Please call me off. Please call me off.
Two and 0.
Estrada's a little funky, isn't it, when he's in the stretch position, though he dips down when he starts his motion. I don't think there's any real value in that mechanically for him. It's just something he likes to do.
This time around,
Estrada, with at the time a 5-run lead, decided to challenge Castillo and to put the biscuit in the basket.
3-0. And a strike. Now Estrada is 6 feet tall. He's not necessarily short. He's not tall. He's kind of in the middle. But the look there with the pants, I think it makes a guy look shorter. Doesn't it?
I do. I would agree.
He looks like he's 5'8".
I wonder if there's a story behind him wearing his pants like that, or if he's just an old school guy.
He and Aoki are the only two Brewers currently on the field with that particular look. Swing and a miss, 3-2. We were talking the other day about Andrelton Simmons, who ended up missing the last 2 games of that Braves series with a thumb injury on a headfirst slide. Well, we saw Nate Scherholz just dive back into second, which is what you're taught to do, and it looked like he was grabbing his shoulder. Gonzalez, boy, he's good. His feet got tangled up, and he still was able to make the play pretty smoothly.
Has good hands, bailed him out. Sharply hit by Wellington Castillo, but Gonzalez there to make the play on him. Castillo, 2 good swings of the bat today. Home run last time, hit this ball sharply, and he's an out, and now falls to Valbuena to try to pick up this 2-out RBI.
Called strike and a high one on Valbuena. All right, let's go back the last 5 seasons. Brewers opening day shortstops. 2 are actually on the left side of the diamond right now. Betancourt over there at third. J.J. Hardy has moved on. And they like Segura. He's going to be a good one.
Yeah, they're hoping they can stop that revolving door at shortstop. Get him healthy, and maybe he could be their starting shortstop for a good number of years.
Renicky chatting with Rick Kranitz, his pitching coach. And a 1-1. Fly ball to right. Aoki back. Now stops, and that's it. Scherholz with a bloop double. Cubs cannot convert, however. Still 5-2 for the visitors.
Marjorie, I can't stand you. You're too perfect. Even the inside of your dishwasher sparkles.
Okay, so I'm the bad guy for being clean.
You said it.
Oh,
you know, you've always had
ladies, let's not fight dirty. Hi, Cascade Kitchen Counselor.
See, over time, Finish Gel can leave hard water film on your dishes and dishwasher. New Cascade Platinum's triple action formula not only cleans your dishes, it helps keep your dishwasher sparkling.
So we're good?
Don't do that.
Okay.
Cascade's best is new Cascade Platinum.
Go Olive Garden's new buy one, take one. Go for dinner. Second entree for later. All for just $12.95. Choose one of 5 favorites like smoked mozzarella chicken. Then choose another favorite to take home, like new Mezzaluna ravioli. So go for the food. Go for the company. Go for the breadsticks. Go for dinner tonight and take home a second entree. New buy one, take one. Just $12.95. Go Olive Garden.
He's a fighter, all right. Since Affleck is helping with his expenses while he can't work, he can focus on his recovery. He doesn't have to worry so much about his mortgage, groceries, or even gas bills.
Yeah, feel it. Nice work. You got it, yes!
Affleck's gonna help take care of his expenses. And us? We're gonna get him back in fighting shape.
See what's happening behind the scenes at thru.com.
The 5th inning is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC. A big inning so far, a 4-run Milwaukee first. Scoreless innings now for Jackson. It's blooped into left, and it's going to carry on out to Soriano, so Lucroy is out. Talked earlier about some of the new food items here at the ballpark, so when you head on out, Check out the Dippin' Dots. How about the barbecue sauce and Bloody Mary mix at Uncle Dougie's? And the chicken and waffle sticks. I know you got your eye on those.
Ooh. Yeah, now we're talking. The day game, little chicken and waffles.
I'm in. Gonzalez.
We used to call that the breakfast of champions. Throw down a couple maple donuts on top of it, you're good to go.
Gonzalez's year last year ended in early May because of a torn right ACL.
The best fastball of the day from Edwin at 94 miles an hour. He really got on top of that one and drove it down around the knees.
On the ground to Castro. So Maldonado for the third time. Jackson 70 and 72 lifetime. Got a 4-year contract in January. Join his new team.
I guess if there were one word to describe Edwin Jackson, you might start with dependable.
Base hit. Second of the day for Maldonado. Yeah, he'll take the ball. He's durable.
30 or more starts each of the last 6 seasons. 10 or more wins each of the last 5. And you say, well, 10 wins isn't a huge year, but you know, it's just a good, consistent double-digit winner, settling into the middle of your rotation. A guy who will take the ball, is durable. A lot of value in that.
Playoff teams in 08 with Tampa Bay. 2 years ago, part of the World Series Cardinals. And last year with the Nationals. Also got married just a few days after he signed with the Cubs in January. And our buddy Chris Singleton officiated the service. I did not know.
Is that right?
Chris is an ordained minister.
Wow. Some versatility there.
Yeah. Broadcaster and ordained minister. So he not only officiated, he called the wedding, right?
Did a little play-by-play. Edwin, you promise to take this wife one day at a time, to stay within yourself, to give it 110%.
Maldonado at first with 2 outs. Betancourt hit .446 in spring training. Ended up still getting released by the Phillies. They didn't have room for him on the roster. A few days later, signed with his old team, the Brewers. Did not like that call, 1-2. Although there aren't too many pitches he doesn't like. He is a free swinger.
One of those nose to toes guys. Don't like to leave that bat on his shoulder very often. There you go.
And he chases for strike 3. Halfway home, 5-2 Milwaukee.
The new Malibus are getting a lot of attention at your Chevy dealer lately for good reason, like Malibu LTZ with Chevrolet MyLink. KBB called it one of the most user-friendly multimedia interfaces on the market. Malibu LT with 10 standard airbags, more than Fusion or Sonata. And Malibu LS offering an EPA-estimated 34 mpg highway. The all-new Malibu. Right now, get this great lease on a 2013 Chevy Malibu LS for around $169 a month.
You don't belong here.
people believe in you.
I'm just a ball player.
Jackie Robinson, when you step out on that field, you're changing the world.
42, The Jackie Robinson Story, rated PG-13, in theaters Friday.
When you get heartburn, it's too late for Prilosec. It takes at least 24 hours for full effect. But it's never too late for Zantac. Its fast-release acid blockers relieve heartburn in as little as 30 minutes. No pill works faster. When heartburn strikes, try Zantac.
Show it off, America. Show off that alternator you replaced. Show off the battery, the brake job, the rebuilt 454. You did it. There are a lot of places you can go to do it yourself, but there's only one place that can help you do it right. AutoZone. Because even the pros know parts are just part of what we do. We have the advice, the instructions, we even loan tools. So show it off, America. You did it right. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Many women may not be absorbing the calcium they take as well as they could because they don't take it with food. Switch to Citracal Maximum Plus D. It's the only calcium supplement that can be taken with or without food. My doctor recommends Citracal Maximum. It's all about absorption.
Mondays can be tough, but it's the best day of the week with America's funniest home videos.
The fifth inning is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank, member FDIC.
Huge Cup fan and our good friend Jeff Garland. We were able to hang out with Jeff before the game today, and he was in mid-season form at 9 o'clock this morning.
He had his A game.
He's up in the PNC Club. He loves his Cubs. He offered to help us out if we've got a game that gets out of hand. He said, "You got my number, just call me, I'll be there." I loved your line. You said it's kind of like the bat signal.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna beam a big G into the sky, you know, and Garland will come racing in and crack us up for 3 innings in a 9-2 ball game.
Brent Lillibridge looks at a strike. Fly to left in the second. 5-2 Milwaukee.
A little pressure on here. Get a leadoff man on.
Not the only matinee on this Monday. Some other home openers around baseball. Twins and Royals just underway in Kansas City. Evan Santana for the Royals. Kevin Correa for the Twins. Yankees are in Cleveland. Ubaldo Jimenez for the Indians. Hiroki Kuroda for the Yanks. Just getting underway. Scoreless in Boston. Orioles and Red Sox. Lillibridge strikes out. They're in the 7th. In that one, Chen and Buchholz. With pitcher Jackson. How about Matt Cain yesterday? He gave up 9 runs in the 4th inning. The Giants' 14-3 loss to the Cardinals. Basket catch by Gonzalez, 2 outs. Cain's next start will be here at Wrigley Field this weekend. He's the first Giant starter to allow 9 runs in an inning since 1902. I didn't know it was possible for Cain to give up that many runs in a game. You saw him pitch a perfecto last year.
It's probably been months where he hasn't allowed 9 runs. You know, it happens. We were talking with Sam Ellis one time. I was with the Twins, and I had given up a bunch. And he said, well, my guy did too, and they had just flown back from, we were out in Seattle, and they'd come back from the East Coast. And Randy Johnson, I believe, had given up 11. Maybe not in an inning, but in a start. Yeah, an inning, that's tough.
Steven Strasburg gave up 6 runs in Cincinnati yesterday. So yes, it does happen. Not that often to those guys, though.
Well, and it may be that because they are those guys, the manager leaves them in thinking he's going to right the ship, and he's still he's still my best option as opposed to that guy I'm going to bring in out of the pen in the 3rd inning.
Jesus skies out into right center. And it's caught by Aoki for the out. David Price gave up 8 runs. What a weird day. 5-2.